The wind whispered as it curled through the narrow streets of Edinburgh, carrying with it the salty scent of the sea and the chill of late autumn. Ivy Row was a quiet lane, tucked away from the bustle of the city. Brick buildings leaned like tired old men, and lanterns flickered in the dusk. Isla Morgan tightened her coat around her. Her taxi had just pulled away, and she stood in front of the building that would be her new home. Number 47. She wasn't entirely sure why she'd chosen Edinburgh. Something had just pulled her here. Maybe it was the way the city had looked in the photos. Mysterious, beautiful, timeless. Or maybe it was because she needed to escape London. The chaos, the noise, and most of all, the breakup. Well, almost a breakup, because how do you break up with someone who's already dead? Isla pushed open the heavy wooden door and climbed the narrow stairwell to the second floor. Her apartment was small but beautiful in a haunting kind of way. High ceilings, creaky wooden floors, a fireplace that looked like it hadn't been lit in decades. She set her suitcase down and looked around. Her breath came out in clouds. No heating yet, she thought. Brilliant. Her phone buzzed. A message. Ethan. Made it okay? Thinking of you. Her chest tightened. She shouldn't have texted him this morning. It had been a stupid, lonely moment, because Ethan had been gone for 6 months. They had met at university, a whirlwind romance, all poetry and passion. Ethan had been intense, mysterious, and full of strange dreams. He talked about spirits and death as if they were part of everyday life. Isla had laughed it off, at first, but when the car accident happened and she was left alone, something in her broke. And then, weeks later, his messages had started again. No sender, just words that sounded like him, too much like him. She didn't tell anyone. They'd think she was grieving, or delusional, or worse. That night, Isla couldn't sleep. The wind howled outside her window, tapping tree branches against the glass like skeletal fingers. She wrapped herself tighter in the blanket, staring at the ceiling. The apartment creaked constantly. Old wood, she told herself. Settling noises, that's all. But it sounded like footsteps, slow, moving across the floor above her. Except there was no apartment above. She lived on the top floor. At 2:41 a.m., she sat up in bed, her breath quick. There was a sound again, a whisper, barely audible, like wind through a crack in the wall, but she heard her name in it. Isla.